What's up, weirdos, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Shatzer, and today I have a really ridiculously fun flick lined up for us. It is Robert Batul's 1985, I think it's a cult classic adventure comedy, science fiction flick. It is My Science Project, and this one is just so much damn fun. I don't want to waste any more time, and let's just get right into the review. Here is My Science Project. My Science Project is a wild and wacky 80s science fiction adventure oddity, jam-packed with a plethora of wild elements, a stellar and enthusiastic cast, and a general raw attitude that permeates every crevice of this uncontrollably fun cinematic gem. Chaos personified and fully all in when it comes to the unhinged 80s persona of the era. This fantasy-infused farcical romp is a blast and a half, as it goes headlong into some crazy material and really pushes the envelope with its over-the-top special effects and overall insane premise. Totally mad, completely rad, and unbelievably ridiculous. My Science Project is beyond entertaining and profusely bizarre, and that's just the way I like my 80s comedy adventure flicks. The film follows two knucklehead high school students named Michael and Vince, who stumble upon a futuristic form of space tech in a military junkyard, and try to pass it off as their own science project in order to pass their failing science class. All seems to finally be going smoothly for the inept pair. That is, until the device begins to go wildly out of control, splicing multiple dimensions and throwing the school into a wild amalgam of warring worlds filled with savage cavemen, futuristic robots, and man-eating dinosaurs. Can the two, with the help of a nerdy bookworm named Ellie and their hippie science teacher Mr. Roberts, figure out a way to reverse the effects of the device and realign all of the dimensions before the world collapses in on itself and reality as we know it ceases to exist? In total 80s style and with an unparalleled amount of character and charisma, the cast of My Science Project is an absolute blast, with everyone putting everything they can into their respective roles, and into the general overall feel of this exceptionally fun flick. Across the board, the energy of everyone is astounding, and it completely aids to the already insane premise of interdimensional mayhem that the film is just drowning in. The stereotypical 80s kids and eccentric personalities of this monumentously madcap science fiction extravaganza are John Stockwell as Michael Harlan, an automotive-loving grease monkey rebel turned unlikely savior of the world; Daniel Von Zernick as Ellie Sawyer, a beautiful nerdy bookworm who's got the hots for Michael and the smarts to save the day; Fisher Stevens as Vince Latello, Michael's fast-talking loudmouth friend and fellow partner in crime; Dennis Hopper as Bob Roberts, the gang's hippie science teacher and totally spaced-out pothead; and finally Raphael Sbarge as Sherman, a doofus nerd who has a crush on Ellie and gets swept up in this interdimensional madness. From top to bottom, the cast does an amazing job with the ludicrous material on screen, and they all do their part in keeping the fun front and center, and in constant motion as things spin wildly out of control and with epic results. If there's one thing to come away with after watching this insane flick, it's that My Science Project is a completely crazy cinematic experience. The premise is entirely outrageous, and the execution of the film is 80s mastery at its finest. The special effects of the picture are remarkably wonderful and genuinely awe-inspiring, making the film seem like it's far more expensive than it has any right to be. The boldness of the production is only matched by its entertainingly enthralling scope, and the unabashed fun that can be had within this adventurous little gem reaches realms of complete and utter insanity. The chemistry between all the performers on screen is truly wonderful, and it unquestionably boosts the fun factor of the picture up, and allows us to believe in all these unbelievable antics that splash across the screen in almost constant succession. From the early moments of the film to the bombastic conclusion filled with interdimensional bedlam, including a gigantic and impressive Tyrannosaurus Rex, the film absolutely nails it tonally, as every sequence is filled to the brim with 80s charm and unabashed fun, that it just melts your brain from nostalgic wonder. If you love productions that have the heart and soul of the 80s and just explodes with entertainment value that cannot be measured and unfortunately can't be replicated in modern times, then you owe it to yourself to get swept up in this crazy as hell cinematic experience. In the end, My Science Project is a monumentally insane science fiction adventure flick that could only be greenlit and exceptionally produced in that wacky and crazy era known as the 80s. And there you have it, you 80s loving freak shows. That is the awesome, absolutely cool, and really epic adventure, science fiction, action, all kinds of films. That is My Science Project. Just a really amazing film in general, and the perfect movie to watch if you just want to sit back and have a hell of a good time. But guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I love hearing from you guys. But until then, I will see you all at the next movie review. Take care.